Welcome to Rubber Duck Engineering. Tonight, we're going to try and build a game for coding. We'll see. Hi, Dr. Barth.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
I am exhausted, but other than that, I'm great. I broke my rule yesterday, and I had chocolate after about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which meant that my body was then awake until about 1 o'clock in the morning, being like, let's do this.
I've been training by having a little bit of chocolate every evening for, 18 months.
I see. It's like the Princess Bride or whatever. You've
Yes.
gotten used to the.
I can't possibly drink this cup of chocolate, but I have this other cup of chocolate.
Yeah, no, I got really good at fixing my sleep earlier this year. And so I cut out chocolate after 3 p.m. I cut out caffeine, and it's been really smooth sailing, except when I cheat. But
I've gotten unhealthily obsessed with the PogChamps event that's going on.
What's a PogChamp?
Apparently, this is a chess tournament hosted by Chess.com, where they have relatively beginner chess players who are famous for streaming other games. And so a streamer that I follow in a different game got sucked into this tournament. And it's really entertaining, it turns out, if you're not a very skilled chess player like myself, to watch people who are also not very skilled at chess like play in a tournament for pretty decent stakes, actually.
Are they at least playing Blitz or something fast, or do you have to like watch them play for 2 hours?
I think they have 10 minutes each. Rapid chess? I'm not sure what the official terms are.
Yeah. No, that's good. I played a lot of chess in high school, but that was many, many years ago. And I was never any good, but I went through the motions and all that.
I don't know if the ratings they have online are comparable, but these are players that are rated like 1,000.
Okay.
If that means anything.
I think you start at 500.
Okay, so they have a non-trivial amount of games. Anyway, I think what would be cool to do today is a game that's sort of maybe lightly inspired by chess and also inspired by these auto battlers. Is that a term you've heard before, Eric? Or?
Well, you told me a little bit in the green room. I don't really know much about them, but it's these, you pick your pieces ahead of time. Your pieces do specific things, and then they fight it out against someone else who picked their own set of pieces.
Yeah, but I think a neat twist is, like, what if you could program your own pieces in Auto Battler, and then you set them out to auto battle and see what happens?
Well, how we got here was that we went, because again, I was feeling tired tonight. I was like, well, maybe we should do something easy. And we looked around for a game, like a programming game we could play. And there just aren't a lot of like programming games. Maybe just because programming games aren't fun. I don't know.
Well, there are much that are geared towards like children, like learn to code in a fun game environment. But I was looking for like, what about one for like a professional software engineer who wants to have fun writing code? That I didn't find. And so I don't know. This could be the beginning of that.
So we'll see how far we get tonight. But shall we head to the code machine?
Let's do it.
Hold on. What's the button for the code machine?
So I think when you start out on a project like this, it's important to ask yourself, like, what is the minimal viable product? Like, what is the dumbest game that captures the idea of an auto battler where you're programming the pieces?
Yes.
And we were brainstorming a little bit before the show, and the sort of proposal that we got to was, what if each player basically has a king on a chessboard, and then you have to write a function where you're given the board state as input, and then you return as output, like which of the 8 squares that your king can move to do you want to move to, and then you basically see which king captures the other king, and then that is the winner.
And we were going to do this in Flutter just because we're both familiar with this. But so like things that we would want to.
Hi, Raffle. Raffle, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Oh,
welcome.
Nice to see you, Raffle, or Raffle. Okay, so we're at the Flutter like default thing. We can delete all this stuff. I think we used to have an option where you could like pass no comments or something, and it would not include all this. Exactly like the kind of thing that would atrophy over time. Well, while I went to the code, was I wanted to sort of like sketch out what we thought we might get working today. Like we could like draw a board.
Mhm.
We could write an agent or whatever we're calling these things, write a piece.
Yeah, I think we need like a game state class of some sort.
Okay.
And then we want to like have, I think we want to like maybe take turns or like query the agent for a move and then execute the move. Oh, great. I'm glad I pronounced it correctly.
What's that?
Oh, I'm glad I pronounced Raffles' name correctly.
Good. There we go. Counter loaded. Took a little while to build the Windows app, but it is here. I don't actually know. Windows does this right? I use so many different platforms right now. It's really hard to remember.
Oh, you're doing the cool docking thing?
Yeah. Well, so I use Chrome OS for work and Mac for work, and then Windows sometimes for Rubber Duck Engineering.
And then for a while, you're using the like secret Linux inside of Windows.
Oh yeah, so I just don't even know
the fuzzing project.
And which one split screens how, and like the Mac, I think it like sticks together when you move this middle thing. Or maybe that's Chrome OS. Whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, so we have this thing. Great. Where should we start? Should we draw a board? Should we draw a grid? I assume this is
draw a grid, like whatever, like an 8x8.
It's gonna be like a custom painter, I assume.
Yeah, or we could do it with a grid layout, like if we just want to go easy.
Sure. I feel like I tried that before. That didn't go well.
Okay, well, let's do a custom painter.
Custom painter. Remember we had a problem with custom painter. Was it hit testing?
Oh, hey, why don't we just do let's just make a widget, right? So let's say, why don't we make widget?
I think you just type, you just start as like this. Flutter stateless stateful widget.
Let's make a stateless widget that shows a board. Yeah.
There you go.
Right, and then I want like a class that's like the game state.
Okay. I'll make this big here.
Right, and then you want to use a custom painter?
Sure. I'm open to using a grid. I just feel like I've tried that in the past and it's not worked.
I don't have to say this, right? That was JavaScript. I had to say this.
Or you have to say what? You don't have to say new in Dart.
Okay. I got used to JavaScript where it really like punished me really bad.
Well, this is the other thing is that I write so little code right now. I haven't really written any code this week. And B, I write it in so many different languages that I can't even keep straight which one does which.
And the light bulb give me all my yes.
Oh my goodness, so much light bulb.
Oh, hi Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Thanks for stopping by.
So I think we can just return true here. Not like Rust, you have to like actually write return true and semicolon.
So let's see. So we just want to say int I equals 0. I is less than k board width.
Is that just the size we're passed in?
Well, I was going to say like board width is just going to be a constant that was like 8.
For now, sure.
I just always feel bad about typing literal constants.
Of course. Well, because they immediately become wrong when you type them 3 times. Hey, Alan. Got all sorts of folks tonight.
Sort of spamming this out. Is that?
No, that's great.
So now I want to paint
I'm
each
running
square.
on less than half gas here.
I need to pick a color, right? Like
in order to draw it? You're like drawing lines, right, from the top to the bottom or bottom to the top.
Well, I was gonna like fill in a square, like because I want to alternate like a chessboard square color.
Oh, I think you want to do both. Like you're going to want to separately draw the background, and then you're going to want to draw stuff on top of it, like squares or later pieces or whatnot.
That makes sense.
You're gonna end up with paint phases, but this works. Oh, interesting. I see. This is your like alternating colors for your background.
Yeah,
That's
I want
cool.
like a light gray or something. Can you pick some nice colors for me for here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you not? Does it not?
I don't have as awesome an autocomplete because you're it's actually running on your computer.
Is it light? I see. You want light blue or like
Blue or something. I don't know what another or like green or something. Yeah.
I have no idea if those are any good, but
Right.
don't think it's the like colors green. The material, I think it's material colors they do it. This is all changed since you and I both worked on this. I don't know.
I make a rect. My width is going to be like size dot divided by board width.
Oh, I see. That's what you're doing.
Or am
Those are like cell count or whatever. Yeah.
Can you say back to me what I'm doing? Because I'm not sure about it.
Oh, I see. I had assumed that this was like a fixed. I didn't understand why it was 8, but what this is number of cells. This is like your, and so then you're calculating the cell width.
Yeah. What would I say here? Or double?
I think it's just var.
Okay. X.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Y. That. Then I times delta X. A times Y. I've horribly mangled this. Oh, no, it just auto-formatted it for me. There's an actual
this doesn't need to be here, right?
Yeah. I need a paint, right? Like my
Yeah, I would call this like cell width and cell height.
Go for it, change it.
I suspect that it won't let me do won't let me do renaming while we're deep in the edits here.
Then where do I pass my paint? Is that the last argument for the first argument?
Let's see. So that is not the right one. Start HTML. This one. Paint. Yep, rect paint.
Okay.
Looks reasonable. What does it not like about us? Unified name, incremental counter. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need any of this. Rip stuff out a little bit. Can have a variable null, but the implicit value is null. Maybe we need to set this to. Oh, I see.
Oh, required.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no corresponding.
So I think we're just going to shove this as the whole body. Like we don't want anything else.
That's fine.
Then the body will stretch it to be the full size.
I remember the stretching rules on body are weird, but maybe you remember.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we'll find out here.
We'll find out.
We just need a game state.
Okay. Fill rect isn't defined on the type canvas. Why not?
Oh, is that not legit? Oh, draw rect. Draw rect.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we need to set the
and then we have to set the style on the paint.
Okay, we have some more comments. I'm not sure which comments we've displayed.
Remember, Adam, squares must be green. Yes, that's.
All right, you got me, but it's light green. Half of them are green. I think that's pretty good.
What is this? It's like mode or something.
Hi, John.
style.
I think the default is fill anyway. So
Let's see. It's kind of nice to be explicit, but yeah.
okay. What did that draw? Oh, it doesn't hot reload in Windows?
We might have changed enough stuff. But let's see. Where's the... Maybe I'm not... It doesn't think I'm running? Why does it not think I'm running? Oh, because I ran it not through the IDE.
Oh.
Right? I just
ran it from the command line.
I just ran it from the command line within the IDE, which was dumb.
Dear command line, why don't you magically attach the IDE?
Oh, hey, look. It's remembering to run on Windows. I wonder why.
Maybe,
I mean, that. What?
There is some shared state between the command line and the IDE. Like it has a bunch of files and stuff in your project. Building the Windows application. We can start fleshing out the game state while we're here. Oh, there it goes.
I do not see anything.
That's true. Can we use the debugger? Can you set a breakpoint inside Paint to see like what the size is?
Did I run it with the debugger or not?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
I did. I was a good boy. Oh, is this you putting a...
No.
Okay. Why are we not hitting it?
Maybe we're not...
Are we ever creating this custom painter? We are? Should it rebuild the widgets?
My homepage.
What happens if we... What if this was just text? That show?
You got too many parentheses. Oh no, it's no parentheses.
Why is it grumpy at me? What have I done? What have I ever done to you?
Dark number parentheses. It's underlining it. Oh, foo's there.
All right, so foo came for const. Oh, okay, fine. If I edit this,
I bet it's 0 by 0. I bet it's the body has some weird rules to it.
I can believe
so
that.
Just put a sized box dot expand.
Mm-hmm. I just remember the body's rules are different from Flex's rules.
Yeah, it's meant to like put a scrolling thing in there. Like it's meant to put something coming.
There we go.
There we go.
Much better. Looks kind of like a chessboard.
Okay.
All right. Great. We have a thing.
Cool.
All right. Shall we write some agents?
Why don't we put the pieces on the game state and draw them? Because the agents are going to move them, right?
Okay.
So
this is now like paint background here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was just too small. It was shrinking down to 0, 0. The custom paint just has no idea how big it's supposed to be, so you have to kind of have to tell it.
Yeah. Background canvas. Size. Okay.
So I think the simplest kind of game state would just be that have the two players like at their positions, right? So like, what if we had a class?
Oh, in the game state.
Like, what if there was a position that was just like int x, int y?
We've totally written this in other things where we have like an int offset or something like that. We've totally written this class.
Sure we have. And we could just have like a position player 1. Obviously, this will need to get fancier.
Yeah, we'll have to have a player class or something like that, but that works.
Then,
these are non-nullable, so you need to give them something.
We'll start them at like 0, 0, and at
8, 8.
Now we need to paint. Well, why don't we just make this an array so we can just like paint a player?
I think that's an excellent idea. Okay, I'm going to start working on.
We're going to make a player, right? So player is going to have a position and color.
Okay. We're going to do from 4. You said you're making a player object?
Yep. I'm making a list of players.
That's like BoardState.players.
Equals.
I don't remember how the syntax for this is.
I need a color. Purple? What color?
What'd you say? Sure, let's make it purple.
I just need colors for them.
Why? What is the for in loop in Dart? For in loop. Oh, I see. This is not Rust. We need parentheses. Okay.
I need a var, right? In like a var to introduce this, like var player.
I don't actually know. All right, I think there should be circles.
Okay.
I don't know what the draw circle. Offset radius.
That's the advanced kind of search where you just
I just know what it's going to be called, so just type it in.
This is like edit the URL.
I suspect I could have just found it on this left here. Yeah, it would have been faster for me to just click on it.
It's like the opposite. Like in Swift UI last week, like we were just like struggling to like, okay, how do we make a function? And
Yeah,
now you're just like editing the URLs because you know that's where the documentation is going to be. It's just like pro level 7, you know, like.
It's okay. I may have hacked on DartDoc. Haven't we all? Okay. Canvas, draw circle, offset, radius, paint. Well, so the radius is going to be this like cell size. Are we really drawing ellipses? I need to draw
oval.
Ovals instead.
Draw ovals, yeah. I mean, at some point we probably make the board square or something, but I think for now just easier to work with ovals.
We could also do like this, where we like calculate the cell size, right? Equal to. This is what?
It's just size, yeah.
You should feel free to keep working on that paint function if you want. I don't mean to hold the lock. Okay. My thumbs with cell sizes.
Can you give me the cell size?
Do we even need the size anymore in these things? I don't think we do.
We're gonna need the cell size everywhere.
It's sort of silly for me to do this, but whatever. I'm not really saving anything doing this.
Yeah, so like this plus a half, right? Center.
Please cell. And just like a rect from. I'm way over optimizing this. This is also how I learn programming languages, is through this like over optimization.
You're like over refactoring it, you mean?
Yeah, I over refactor to like find like to try and get the feel of the language. I spend a lot of time at the beginning of writing a project to try to get the feel. I did actually hack a little bit on the Ren project this week.
It's not like reformatting the text, so I wonder if it totally messed up the syntax somewhere.
It's sad about a missing semicolon or a missing.
Oh, I see. I didn't close my curly brace here. Oh, there we go.
That was.
I love that feeling when the auto formatter kicks in. It's like, okay, my syntax is at least vaguely correct.
Yeah, I have some idea. Position can't be assigned. What is this? Position? Oh, you want player.
I want player.
Okay. Parameter color required. There's no color. I assume these
they're named. They're named parameters. Yeah, sorry about that.
I do love that VSC or VS Code lets you just, we're like both editing the same line.
It works great.
It really does. I remember Hydra Edit or something was one. This was like pre-Google Docs back in 2000 no, it was like 99 or something. It was a Mac app, Hydra Edit, written by like some kids in Germany.
Oh, BoardState. Is it mad about that? Oh, GameState.
Not. Is it GameState?
Oh,
I see. It's called GameState. Okay. Location isn't defined. What's it called?
Well, position, obviously.
Oh, of course. Offset can't be assigned.
What I don't know what the arguments for draw oval is. Oh, it takes a rect.
Rect.
Okay. Rect.
I don't know what the rect is. It.
This is fine. We can do
Flutter rect. Yes. From center, from circle, from points.
Okay, this is good.
Whoa! What? The ampersand?
Oh, the ampersand. This is our dumb hack. We decided we would allow ourselves like one nutty operator overload. So we decided that an offset plus a size would give you a rect using this weird ampersand operator. Because we just do that all the time, and we spent our budget for the one goofy operator, and we never looked back. It was great.
How'd that pan out for you?
We didn't do it again, which was key. And I don't know whether any other developer except like the original team like uses ampersand in this.
I just love that it's listed as like within the first 3 lines of this class. Like, be aware, you can do it this way.
Why you want to do it this way, I don't know. We were drunk on power. We had operator overloaded. We decided this is how we're going to make Rex, and I guess we better tell everybody right away.
Well, what does Rect have like a default constructor, or only these named constructors?
All of those name constructors, and it's just like a pain. Like you want to. It's so often you have an offset and a size, and you want to just jam together, make a Rex.
Yeah,
it's cute, but like I don't know. Was it the right place to spend our budget of one weird operator?
I don't think you got the returns on that that you might have expected.
I don't know. Okay. We should poll the Flutter community and see what
if any of them know how to use the.
If anyone like, what does this thing do? It's like with programming Rust. Rust is all about the funny operators, right? And so,
yeah. Okay, paint players. What did we do? What did we do? All right, let's not paint the canvas. I don't see no stinking players here. What's this? Cell size width? Oh, this is height.
Okay. Did you pass the cell size?
Correct. Oh, I see. We're doing this whole.
The same calculation again.
I could believe this itself is a function.
Yeah, if we factor that out, like.
It's like you want like rect for position. Are you writing or am I? What the heck is this? Oh, I do not care, Docker. Please go away.
For position, and I pass in like I, J, and cell size.
What'd you say? Okay. Yeah, cell size. Maybe it should be like cell or something. I don't know. Cell size seems really long. We just cell. Position. And then that is this. We just use everywhere. I miss some Rustisms.
Do we decide it with cell size or just cell? I think cells.
It really should just be cell, but I just was too lazy to change it all. So I see. Except this is wrong. This should just be position.
Oh, you're actually going to give it position. Okay.
Position is like our int offset class, right?
Yeah, that's legit.
Okay.
Okay.
That's way cleaner, but
it doesn't draw. So what do we do wrong?
Do we not have any players in our game state?
I bet we don't. I bet why don't
we haven't.
Try...
Let's do a restart. Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, because it's just we had made one and it initialized once, and is it just too small? Oh, is this just now? No, that was a while ago.
That was when we couldn't draw anything.
Scala with Scala Z has the funniest operators. Thank you. Is that like hands up? Hands and legs
for win. Oh, but this is win. You should put a little circle in the middle, so it's like a person with the hands up.
What do those even do? What do the hands operators and the legs operators do, or whatever you call them?
One of them is for winning, and one of them is for losing. Like field goal accepted.
How'd we do? Okay,
that's great. Okay, so now I think we should write a function on BoardState that like tries to move the player and rejects invalid moves.
Okay. And rejects like silently with an error, with an exception. What are we talking?
Why don't I just? I kind of feel like you should lose the game if you make an illegal move. Like you just stepped off the board. Sorry, your program is wrong. You lose.
So I think that's like a controller classy kind of thing rather than BoardState, maybe.
Yeah. So maybe like a game controller that knows about this kind of stuff.
All right, sure. Let's try a game controller. Class game controller. I don't know what this thing does. So this is like, there's another question is that, because we may want this, are board states mutable or do you always copy them whenever you change them? Because you may want that for like planning.
Why don't we make them immutable that you have to, like the controller will, you give it a board state and a move, and it gives you back a new board state that's like, here's what happened after the move.
Okay. And sometimes it gives you back null to say like, that's invalid or something?
Maybe a board state just has a winner. Like maybe it just fills in the winner and be like, yep, you stepped off the board. Now the board state is win for purple.
Something else is going to have to like give you a list of valid moves. Like that's another thing is that you could just like, why is it possible for the planner to make an invalid move?
Okay, sure. Maybe not. Maybe we should just work with a list of valid moves.
Let's work the. I would work the other side of this. Let's write an agent.
Okay, let's write an agent. I'm there. This is another good reason for the board state to be immutable. If you're going to pass it to the agent, and you don't want the agent to just edit the board, be like, okay, you're writing to me, and I'm going to stomp on you.
So this is like take turn or something. Board state. I don't know.
I think you want to return a move, right? You want to like pick move and pass in a board state. Yeah. Why don't you pass in a agent board view?
Oh, this is a.
Because another thing we talked about is like one way the game might be fun is if different queries on the board like cost different amounts, and the agent has like a budget or something and needs to like be smart. So yeah.
All right, so agent board view, and the agent board view can tell you what the possible moves are.
Yeah, I can tell you everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is just an abstract class, right?
And so we just want view.moves.first or something like that.
I just start out with this is just let's make a agent that's like a first mover.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, this is agent's definitely an abstract class.
You implement, right? Implements agent. You're writing Rust here. We got to write Dart again.
Oh my god, I missed it already. Not that I don't like Dart, but my brain was definitely in Rust mode.
So I think move is going to be like int x, int y.
Sure. I mean, you may end up needing to take like what piece you're moving, things like that. But yeah.
Well, I think we just start basic. Like we'll need to refactor and tech up if we give players multiple pieces.
That's totally fine. That's a totally fine abstraction for a move at the moment.
So agent board view. So we decided it should have a moves. Can we write getters in Dart, or do we need to make this like?
Yeah, we can write getters in Dart.
Okay. So I think this thing has a private board view, board state. Main state.
And you don't have to care if you borrowed.
Amazing. Board view.
The compiler is a lot easier to please in Dart.
It's for a particular agent, right? So like, we need to know like which player it is.
That's like me or whatever.
It's like me.
Player's fine. I was just trying to understand what it was, but yeah.
Well, because if it's gonna be the valid moves like for purple, it's gonna be different than for yellow. And
you can also just make these final, right? You don't have to getter them.
I just want to hide them. Like I don't want the agent to be able to like look at the whole board state. It's gonna have to work through whatever public interface we provide.
Okay.
So should we implement moves?
Like this then is some sort of concrete, right? Maybe your agent board view is again another abstract class.
Okay.
But that's fine.
We can start with concrete and then tech up to abstract, right? So how do we write a getter? This is like a list. Move, I think it's just get, moves.
I have to look, but I know that Dart has getters. Yeah, I think it's like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would call this like all the moves or something. I think it's just that.
Right.
Let's see. Dart. Getters and setters. Show me a getter. Type get thing. We wrote type get thing. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we could totally make this a. I'm a big fan of generator functions. Make it a 6.
Oh yeah.
Do you want I don't know that'll return a list though. We don't really want to return an iterable.
So you could say.
Maybe you do actually. Like maybe this is iterable move. This is silly, but sync star.
Okay.
I think then this is just yield. Like it's like if is valid, whatever the hell that is, it's yield move.
Yeah, it's valid move. You can pass the move, right? You can just say move equals.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
just what I did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then you yield the move. So now we just need to write who is valid move.
Mm-hmm. It's weird that we're doing these. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Yep.
So we want to say new location.
Oh, I see. The move is a dx dy. Oh, okay, yeah.
Player kitchen. We could just return a new player.
It's a little weird that the position's on the player, but yeah. Hmm?
Yeah. Kitchen.x is going to equal 0, and it's like bool. Return is valid location. Or not location. Some of the stuff feels like it should be on the game controller.
Yeah, I think that player shouldn't have its location. I think that's part of what's making this weird.
We need like a game rules something like.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I remember going through with this with. We're doing this again. Like I keep writing these little game solvers.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Oh, there must be a shorthand for that. Like, you want like a clamp. Ah.
Is there a fancier way of doing that?
Is it like?
just do that. Okay.
Okay, that's kind of cute. I'm not the only person who's asked this question, but yes. Okay.
Okay, so now we just need the move function on player. I'm going to make position final here. Set everything is final. It's a little weird. Like this doesn't quite feel right.
Well, again, I think that player.
You could separate out the player from its position somehow.
Yeah, the player and the piece or whatever, right? Because like the player might have multiple pieces. But even though the player shouldn't own those either, because the player, like you think about writing the identity function for the player, or the like equals function for the player, right?
Yeah.
Players should be equal even if their locations are different, like if they're the same player.
I totally agree with what you're saying. I just kind of feel like we should get to
we should hack something out. I agree.
Okay.
We're architecturally astronauting or whatever.
We can write to-dos, like to-do.
Yep.
Right.
Get a location isn't defined for player. Define class location. I think this is position.
Sorry, I get confused about position and location.
Getter location isn't defined for. It must be position.
Or positions.
Or positions is valid. I mean, it's fine to use the word location. Oh, you're doing it. Okay.
I just wish it should be consistent.
Yep.
Okay.
What did I screw up here? Oh.
It's mad about something.
I screwed up. I added an extra.
Oh, you're running Rust again. More parentheses. More Vetsky in parentheses.
Value of the field game state is never used. Annotate overridden members. Okay, that I can do. Value of game state is never used.
That's true.
Okay, fine.
So now we need the
we need something to ever call our agents here.
Right. So I feel like we should have a controller that has the board state and the agents, and then ask them to move each.
Okay. This agent. Like, are these like player agents or something?
Yeah, I think the agents are really the players, and the thing we called player before is a piece.
Okay. That makes sense. But they're still agents, right? They're still separate from the Because you could associate.
Yeah, you have like many agents controlling the same player. They could like vote or something.
Sure. This is game state. Okay. And this is like void take turn. Let's write that.
Yep.
We have to figure out whose turn it is.
Yep.
And player index. Get that?
Okay.
And
I'm just going to start initializing anything for you.
please. Agent. This is going to be next player. This is going to be current 1 plus 1 divided by return. Player index. Okay, so this is current player index. This is really like agent, active agent. Something like that.
Yep.
I don't know. Is it weird to watch me type? Like, not me specifically, but it's like weird to watch somebody else program in a different style. In the stream, we can see one conclusion. We need Rust support in Flutter.
I don't know. I think it's great that there are lots of different programming languages and they all have their own syntax and quirks. And
well, I cannot imagine writing a UI framework in Rust. I know people have done it, but it just sounds hard.
I'm sure it involved a ton of macros, and you just make up your own DSL, and then you use macros to like transform it magically into something. I don't know.
Agent dot move. Oh, we got to make an agent view. Our view is equal to agent.
Yeah, you're gonna need active player. I'll make you active player.
Great. This is active player. Oh, because the player is really the position or the piece you said.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll sort that out.
I'm gonna turn these into getters because we're amazing.
This is var move. What do we decide? They just can't pick an invalid move?
Sure.
I mean, we shouldn't trust the agent, but do validate move.
We need to separate from the factor out the like rules checking from the agent view.
And then we need to like apply the move here, right?
Yeah, so that's going to be a little bit cheaty, but it's just going to be game state dot players current player index equals there move.
What? Whoa. This should be like an apply move.
Oh, you know what? We should return a new game state is what we should do.
Oh, okay.
All right, so take turn should take the game state as input if we're going to make it immutable.
Oh, yeah.
The game state is output. Current player index really belongs on the game state.
Sure.
Then you can like highlight which player is to move.
Okay. Where are we? Value type num can I return from? How's that a num? Oh, can't modify final here. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
And if I name current player index,
Right, you just need to pass in the game state to all these things.
Oh, you moved it. Okay.
Move on to the game state.
Now we're in this like functional style.
Yeah, I think the functional style is going to work well for the UI and also for like building up explorations of the game state.
Mm-hmm.
And the controller should be the thing that's like the stateful imperative thing.
Well, that was the thing that I regretted in the last one of these that we did, is that we didn't have a functional style, and then the exploration was a giant pain. And when I tried to go down that for whatever it was, Cauldron Quest or Clank.
Now we need to create a new game state.
It's like game state with kind of thing.
Well, that's a good idea.
Copy with or something.
Just with after move.
Does it need to know what it's moving?
Well, it knows what the current player is.
Okay.
We can implement this.
Okay. Positional arguments. Oh, for the active agent, this is supposed to be. Okay. Body mic. No. Field's got to be initialized. Oh.
It's like a constructor, right? Like a
after move? Yeah. Totally is.
Oh no, we need both, right? Like it's
Oh, I see. Yeah.
underbar
Sure. What is it?
For people who are not familiar with Dart, there's a name constructor, and underbar is idiomatic for like internal constructor that you can't use from outside.
I think you literally cannot call it.
Yeah, from outside the file, correct?
Yep. It's private.
What's the how do you make a copy of the list? Like a
I think it's copy. It's like a
list.copy.
Copy list Dart. It's like a deep copy or something. Oh, add all. Works.
Okay.
List.from.
Oh, list.from. Okay.
From.
I can say.
This is a shallow copy.
I want a shallow copy.
You do or do not?
I do. Sure. We need to refactor a bunch of this stuff, but this will at least work.
It's okay. We're just trying to. I'm trying to get to our victory lap here in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Body might complete normally. We need a return here. This isn't Rust. Nicole, this isn't Rust.
Enter the name of this stream. This isn't Rust. This is Dart.
Argument type list dynamic cannot be. Oh, we need this to be list player.
Yeah.
More types. More types. Stop types.
Okay, so now we just need to integrate this with the UI.
Oh, to like have like a fab or something to press.
Or just we need to put the game controller somewhere. Yeah, and have a fab to press.
Yeah, okay. I'll work on the fab while you shove the game controller somewhere.
Okay. Overlap with the board.
Let's see. Copy from the pasta. Where is the pasta? Yeah. something like that. What'd you say? Okay, and so we need to do our game controller dot take turn.
State.
Ooh. Ooh, yeah, look at that. And then we want to, yeah. Yeah, we're going to be happy with our lives that our states are immutable.
It just integrates with the functional reactive world so much better.
Name parameter aspect ratios. What?
Aspect ratio.
We accidentally typed that?
No, I didn't accidentally type it. I wanted to basically make the board square and then make room for the fab below it.
Will that work? Like, what is the size box going to paint around? Oh, maybe the aspect ratio will do it.
No, it didn't work.
I think you need. You want like a center?
Yeah, I think I want a center. But then I need to. What does that do? There we go.
That's better. Okay.
Maybe I'll just align it to the top. Alignment. What goes here? What is the type of alignment?
I don't remember. Alignment dot.
Oh, okay. Alignment dot top.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty decent. All right, what happens here? Oh my goodness.
Yellow's going after purple. Purple is
Bum bum
squashed.
bum.
But why didn't purple move?
Because it was picking the first thing.
We never changed whose turn it was.
Oh. That could be it too. Take turn. After move. I wrote that little wrapping function. Where'd it go? I could have sworn.
Hey, you wrote the next turn.
Next player ID. It's on game state.
But why doesn't purple get a turn? +1.
Purple may just not be doing anything with its turn.
Okay. Every time you press it, does yellow go forward, or does yellow go forward?
No, only every other time. So
Okay,
purple.
so purple's sad.
What moves is it allowing itself? Like, are we giving it invalid moves? Oh, we're giving it 0-0 as a move.
Oh, okay. So
we're
we're just saying
0-0 as a move.
Right.
That's not a move. That's not a valid move.
Okay.
You should like calculate the distance of
we should do it here, right? Like if
it's
dx.
The question is valid move. Like.
Okay, so it's all moves. Move if move.dx bang equals 1 or -1.
If they're both 0.
Well, what if you did like 3? That would not be a valid move.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Maybe it's like different.
You could just do this, right? Why is this even doing that? Why are you even generating those, right? Isn't this just... It's like...
Well, you can 0. You can move -1 and 0.
Oh, you're right. Okay. You're right.
I'll do it hands. I don't know. It's complicated.
I suspect we're good enough. I think And we're just
let's just say, like, if for now, just say if dx equals 0 and dy equals 0.
Yep.
This is not correct, but
that's good enough. And now purple moves. Oh my goodness. What happened to purple? Oh, purple's drawn behind.
It went back. It was going up and down.
It's interesting that it drew behind.
Yeah, we haven't computed the winner state, like when one of them eats the other one. But anyway, I think we've got a very basic agent. We've got our like MVP game. We don't have a win condition yet, but that's pretty close to something.
But not bad for an hour of hacking, man. Not bad. We moved significantly further with that than we did with SwiftUI last week. But that may be familiarity bias.
I'm pretty sure that's familiarity bias. There's a vast difference in familiarity between the two.
Yes. Did you learn anything this week before we leave our internet friends here?
What did I learn this week? Oh, I don't know. What did you learn this week?
I didn't learn very much for programming. I did learn about baking. In the last 2 weeks, I have made 4 attempts at rye bread, and I may have finally done it.
You cracked the code?
I don't know. When I was back in Austria 2 weeks ago, I was having rye bread again, which we just don't have here, at least in my normal world. But so I decided to finally try and make some, and I don't know, a couple weeks or last week or whatever, I made my first loaf. It was terrible, and then my second was terrible, and I think I may have finally done it.
What do you know what you did wrong? Like why was it terrible?
Well, the first one just didn't rise at all, and the second one was just like they were different recipes. It was just like a solid sheet of rye berries. So in some of these, you just put the berries, the things that get ground up into flour, just in the thing. But many of the recipes I read, the rye berries were like supposed to soak overnight, and this recipe didn't. I was like, yeah, that might matter, but I'll just follow the recipe. It mattered. It was very. It was like eating like a. Yeah. And then the third one I put too much salt in, so that one was not any good. So, but fingers crossed.
Wait, what's another comment here?
You make a stream about TDD and write something together. What is TDD?
I assume that's test-driven development.
Oh.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing something like where we would implement like SHA-256 or something, or some algorithm that has like very, very good test vectors. That was a little harder because you can't sort of like successively approximate it. You kind of have to like nail it. But I mean, it's kind of what we were doing with the, or what you're doing with the Ren VM, right? You got a big test suite and you're going through each test. And
yeah, we need to do another Ren episode at some point. Some like final tie-up on it, because it's like, I don't know that I've shown it on stream recently, but I pass 90% of the tests. There's just not much left. I got closures, the whole 9 yards. I haven't been working on it very much since vacation. So anyways, we've kept folks over time. It was fantastic to see you as always. It was fun to play around with Flutter, which we haven't done in a while. And maybe we'll do more game next week.
Yeah, sounds like fun. See you next week.
Take care.